Morning traders. So we're just about back over that $120,000 milestone. Today was a little bit choppy. I was on the right track doing pretty good progress until the market opened and I just somehow managed to get back around half of my profits. Luckily, right at the end, I made back a little bit more, but I'm still ending below my max high on the day, which is okay. There's some interesting tickers to talk about today, and I also want to show you guys one little NFT that I bought today as well near the end of this video. So let's just dive right into things. And let's actually just start with our biggest loser, APLD. This was one of the tickers, basically the last ticker I traded, and I had a hard time with this ticker, and it was a little bit frustrating because this ticker right here, you just see how much I traded this one, especially in this area. A little bit unnecessary trading here. This was a range trade, which actually ended up working. But yeah, I just didn't do the best job trading this ticker, and it was a little bit frustrating, and I'll tell you why. And I never want to blame other people for my trading, but today was one of those days that's maybe happened like 24 times in the last 2 years. So like 12 times per year is what it seems like the ratio is. And today I had a construction guy over, which was great. He was fixing our bathroom wall. I had no control over when he could come because he kind of just gave me this huge time window, and he just so happened to come right at the market open. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but I feel like the market gods always send me distractions at the worst time ever. So he's knocking on my door literally as I'm right here as this is crawling up. I talk to him. I get some things taken care of. This pulls back. I'm like, all right, ready to go. My limit order is like right here at 146, 147. Boom, knocks again. I close my limit order. I talk to him. I come back. Perfect move right here happens. The bounce happens. 6%. I definitely would have got. A lot of times I'll say, who knows what would have happened, but this time I know what would have happened. I would have got filled. I might have closed too early, but this would have been a nice green trade. What happened instead, after the conversation, I get back, have FOMO, a little revenge trading, trade high, boom, take a solid loser right here. And I'm just like, oh. So, and then a lot of this was just revenge and FOMO and kind of stress. Pretty bad trading overall. And it's just one of those situations where, like, what do you do with that? Because you don't want to just not trade when you're distracted. But I'm one of those people, and you got to know yourself. I'm one of those people that back in high school or back in middle school or whatever, and we talked about this in the Discord as well, some kids can literally do their homework and watch TV at the same time. Or some families, I've witnessed this several times, will actually have dinner while a TV is running in the dining room. There's like a TV in the dining room. I have no idea why anyone would ever put a TV in a dining room, but they'll eat dinner while there's like a movie going on, and nobody's watching the movie except me, because I like if there's a TV going, I'm watching the TV. I am the worst multitasker. I hope I'll become a better multitasker one day, and I'm working really hard to maybe become a better multitasker. So for me, it's like I can only do one thing at a time. I've been like that since day number one. And, you know, today with APLD, I was just so distracted. And this was a little bit frustrating for me on my end. And I'm not even really sure the best answer to give. Like, should I keep trading these situations? Or if I know there's going to be a distraction, should I just basically hang up the towel? And you'll see my stats in a little bit when I show you guys my running P&L. It would have been better, like I feel like always, if I just hang up the towel and you know, call it a day, and then at least I can, you know, worry about the distractions and give at least one of the two things 100% of my undivided attention. I don't know. I can think about this for a little bit longer. I'll definitely add it to my notes. You guys know on Trade Journal I add a lot of reviews every day, so you can see everything I have in my posts as well. So leave a comment there if you want to engage in the conversation a little bit more, or on Discord. So anyway, I basically start my recap video somewhere, or not my, yeah, I start documenting my trades here, and then I was just about to start the recap video, and then APLD pulled back, and I actually ended up trading this right here, and I made back some of my losses. So if it wasn't for this trade, I'd be down like $200 on APLD. In the end, it's a small green day. It doesn't like necessarily really matter. But still, it's just like, it's a slow market right now, and I feel like $400 is somehow kind of a lot of money in this kind of market, because it's like pulling teeth. You know, it's just, everything is so much more slow, and when you finally get a ticker that works, you really want to capitalize on it, and when you can't capitalize it, it's just a little bit more frustrating. I feel like in a hot market, you know, one trade up or down $400, $600, $800. So in the end, in the greater scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal, but this happens quite a lot, and I'm kind of concerned with like these distractions, and I always try to limit them, but life gets in the way sometimes, and I like to always think about like how do I want to address these situations, because a loss is only a loss if you don't learn out of it and you don't make a lesson out of it. So that's why I like to think about these things, and leave a comment below if you guys have a thought on how I should address these issues. I think in the end of the day, this might be very subjective, and I think it's going to be different for everyone. For sure. This is like one of those situations where the answer will 100% be different for everyone. All right, so CYTO, the next ticker I traded, or not necessarily the next, but another ticker I traded here. I'm just slightly green on this one. A sub dollar on the daily, not so exciting, but high relative volume, so that was okay. Just pops up here. I do a little bit of trading in this area. I actually did all right, even though this was such a sketchy ticker. Like the price had micro flashes up here and then flash right back down. And this happened for like 2 minutes. It was so weird. I did a few small size trades here and I was up like 150 on it. And then right here, I go for the pullback, look for the continuation, and I pretty much ride this whole flush down. Luckily, pretty small size, but I gave back all my pre-market profits on CYTO. So that was a little bit annoying. So that was pretty much my market open. Just like that, I gave back over half my profits and I was like, all right, well, that sucked. Yeah, so let's talk about some of my pre-market trades. We got USEA. This is actually the first ticker I traded. Kind of interesting. So daily, this is rough. 5 minute, pretty rough as well. This is a ticker we've been seeing quite a lot in the past few days. We've traded quite a bit in the last few days. Market open on this one was really rough. It just popped up really fast right around 7 o'clock. I jumped in on it, traded it really quickly, and then just kind of walked away as the volume faded. Nothing really too interesting, but we've been seeing this one a lot. With STIM, I'm up 69 on this one. Daily chart, nice high relative volume, but let's focus on the 5 minute. I'm not so interested in the news catalyst on these tickers today. 5 minute was like a pretty solid climb here, and today we had a high relative volume breakout, so that was really good. Now, 5 minute, we had that big move, and we've been selling off ever since. So that's not really great. That's not what I really like to see. It took about 30 minutes from the open till that perfect high here. So let's see how I traded this one, zoom in a little bit more. I wasn't interested in this one until this big breakout. The volume was still very light in this area, but the fact that the volume or the price was breaking out, I ended up trading this one, which was a little bit, sketchy because like I said, the volume was very light. Even as the volume was approaching, I mean, it was only at like 200,000 shares being traded per 1 minute, which is still very light for $4 ticker. So I do a few more trades on this one, and then we're in the range, which, maybe I should have traded the range a little bit more because, lately trading the range in this slow market is pretty good. Just understanding that there's big support here and there's most likely it's not going to have a continuation, and you're just, scalping these 2%, 2-3%. And the volume wasn't even that bad for this range, so that's okay. I traded this little breakout here, but it didn't really amount to much. So I don't know, being a range trader right now, I think would be really, really paying off. It's so tough being aggressive in this market and buying highs. And then we got SIDU. This is really the ticker that paved the way for me today. I'm up 300 on SIDU. So this one on the daily, kind of rough, but decent relative volume. But there's just so many back holders on this ticker. You could really feel the sellers. And then 420 is a huge amount of resistance. So this ticker popped up. I got in a little bit too soon here, and I think I took a small loss to begin with. But then I recovered on this one, and then I sold pretty much everything at like 350 or so. And then I got back in it and traded this, and I had a nice little trade here. Although it failed, I just took my profits really quickly. I didn't really like this one at the market open. It was like the classic, 5-year-old with a crayon, just all over the place. A lot of sellers. Like I said, you could really feel the sellers. Then we had a VWAP breakout, and this ticker got pretty nice right here. I was no longer looking at it. Like I said, I was already preparing the recap video, and then eventually I actually ended up trading APLD, like I said, right here into this breakout. So that's what I actually did instead. But I gotta say, this move was pretty nice. I just wasn't focused on it. And then it had this extremely long consolidation period followed by a quick pop. So this is like really the classic pop and consolidation ticker. The one pop wonder is really what it feels like. Now on the 5 minute, this actually had a really, really nice setup. And in the Discord, Spooky actually ended up trading this one. And he nailed this 5 minute breakout here. So a lot of consolidation. 9 EMA comes in here as support. I don't know where he traded exactly, but I know he held into this breakout. And that was a pretty awesome trade. So good work for that, for sure. I really like that trade. And I like it even more because on the 5-minute, you could really see the support coming in here. So we have a low, then we pull back here, we have a higher low, then we have that big breakout, and this is what I like. So this one pulls back quite aggressively, but this one holds the high here. So it's really showing how buyers are coming in more and more and setting up for that breakout. So I love that kind of price action, and I wish I was more vigilant here because this breakout was quite nice. It's not the market you want to chase the breakout and then buy the pullbacks because we don't get continuation like I've been talking about. So you really want to look at the 5-minute, keep an eye out for those 5-minute setups, and I think that's really the best way to trade, especially in this slow market, or maybe even trade the range. Otherwise, you know, I mean, it's still pulling teeth. It's just a really, really tough market. So I'm up 411 today. It's okay, 63% total winner. That's all right. What I really like though, and this is what I've been doing really, really well, and I'm happy about, is my risk reward. So my risk management today was on top. It's very, very, very rare that I have average losers smaller than average winners. So my risk reward today was on point, and I hope I can keep working on that because that makes a huge, 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 huge difference in the end. That's the most important metric, really. So let's see here. And yeah, in terms of the tickers I traded, yeah, I did size up on some tickers, which was good, some trades, and I kept a low size for the new stocks I was just trading for the first time. So my risk management I was talking about this a lot in last week's recap. So check out that video here, there. I'll link it somewhere here. But risk management is key, and that's been my big focus for this week. And it's been paying off. You can see right here, it's been a nice little 2 green days after yesterday's like total nonsense. And I'll just zoom in a little bit more on my actual running P&L. So today, really consistent profits. I was up 565 today. That would have been like a decent base hit day. But then I, was really distracted around the market open, gave back a bunch of profits, and then had that last little trade with APDN. I think it was APLD, sorry, APLD. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Here we go. In terms of the NFT I minted today, which is this new crypto game called Realms Eternity. I think I'm saying that right. And my NFT has yet to actually end up refreshing. Let's see here. It's going to be this really adorable little dog, I think. I think that's what's going on here. So let me just show you guys. Realms of Eternity. It's going to be like a RuneScape-based crypto game. I'm really looking forward to it because it's not like a play-to-earn classic. It's a little bit more like separating from the money again, which is nice. It's really focusing on the gamer experience. And I think there's some success here. And I think there's a lot of people that would love to see a game like this. And I think they've been waiting for a game like this. It has a lot of backers. Even Jordan Belfort is behind this, or he's a sponsor of this project or an early partner. And there's many other industry veterans in terms of crypto industry veterans. So I've been following this project for maybe 3 months now, and I've never done anything with it. Now they had a free mint today, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and mint it. It's this funny looking dog. Let's see here. So you have like a pet apparently in this game, and I think there's a few people that already posted their pet. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get one. Boom, there's one right now. That's a funny looking green one. And there's a few more. I was just editing the video, but then I was like, let's go to OpenSea and see if we can find some more. And here's a few more of these funny little puppies. And you'll see this is basically how mine looks like. Content not available yet. So I'm kind of curious to see what my puppy looks like. Kind of ridiculous. Look at all these little tails waggling. So this is how they get you. They make adorably fluffy little NFTs, just like the pesky penguins that I really like, and then boom, you get suckered into it. If you guys want to stay up to date with the latest things I'm doing on Twitter and NFTs, make sure to give me a follow because that's where I post most of my updates, especially regarding NFTs. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.